This right here is how to make the 7-foot center build that will break NBA 2K24. You guys see we're in the builder right now, but please first like the video and also subscribe to the channel. You're going to want to make sure you are subscribed so that way you're not missing all the builds I'm going to be dropping this year, as well as just all the tutorials and stuff. For example, if you guys want the animation and the jump shots I'm going to be using on all my players, I'm going to be dropping them very soon. Also, you do not want to be skipping around this video. Like, you can if you want to. I can't force you to watch this whole video, but trust me, you're going to want to hear my explanations as to why I upgraded everything exactly how I did, so that way you know how to best utilize this player. But yeah, let's get right into things. Alright, so boom, right here, really the only thing that matters is the handiness. I'm going with right-handed. What I recommend doing is just pick a hand and then stick with it for literally every single player you ever make, and that includes in like 2K25 stuff. Stick with the same hand, that way it's just like more consistent and more familiar. For me, I'm going with the right-handed. Moving on to this screen right here, first off, we're going with center, obviously. Now, moving on to the body settings, first things first, obviously for the height, we're going to be going with 7 foot. Every year, I love to make a 7-foot player on day one. I found 7 foot is just a very safe height and all around very balanced. Because if you go too tall, you're not going to be able to shoot super consistently, and you're also probably going to be a little bit too slow. And then if you go too short for the height, your rim protection just won't be good enough and you'll just be getting bullied. And I found 7 foot is always just a very safe height to go with, so that way you can keep up with both really big centers and really small centers, no matter what the meta might be this year. For the weight and the wingspan, you're going to want to pay attention to this. Obviously, for the weight, if you go super high, you're going to be stronger, but if you go super low, you're going to be faster. Now, the way it's been for pretty much the last few 2Ks, or basically all the 2Ks I've ever played, is speed has always been way more important than strength. The biggest thing strength helps with is going to be fighting for position in the post, which is a little bit important for this build, but not super important. Some people think that strength help with rebounds, box outs, and like driving to the basket and stuff a ton, but what matters way more is the actual ratings themselves. For example, the driving dunk rating or the defensive rebound rating. And those ratings matter so much more than strength does, that strength almost doesn't help at all for those types of things. And then when it comes to box outs, the box out badge is basically the only thing that ever matters. Strength does help a very tiny bit though. But anyways, we do not want to go too light, but we are going to drop this down a little bit. This is the weight we're going with. And no, it's not absolute minimum, because weight does also affect the rebound ratings. So obviously higher wingspan is going to get you better blocking, better defense, better rebounding, and then lower wingspan will basically just get you better shooting. Both are pretty important, so I went somewhere kind of in the middle. But yeah, definitely kind of on the longer side because I wanted to make sure I did get very crazy defense and rebounding. Alright, we're gonna start things off by taking a look at the physical, since this kind of sets up the whole entire build. First off, you do not want to be slow in this game, so you're gonna want at least a little bit of speed. For the strength, we're gonna put this up to an 84, which gives us a ton of very important badges. For the vert, we're putting this up to an 80, and then for the stamina, we're gonna put this up to a 92. For the strength, vertical, and stamina, I put each of these at a very precise rating for a very specific reason, and I'll explain why they're at each of these ratings a little bit later. Starting things off, first things first, for the standing dunk, you're gonna want this at a 90, which gives you gold rise up as well as elite big man contacts. And then for the close shot, you're going to want to put this up to a 77, which is going to give you silver fearless finisher. Now you guys can already see right here with the finishing, it's going to be very good. You're able to get standing contact dunks, which is really all you need. Now you guys will see we're not upgrading post control whatsoever. I was not trying to make a post scoring center build, since honestly we don't know how good post scores are going to be. Although just based on what I can tell so far, I don't think they're going to be super overpowered. That's just my opinion. But yeah, when it does come to actually post scoring on this build, the only time you're going to be post scoring is if you have a mismatch, which honestly might be pretty often. If you ever run up against a build that's like 6'9" or shorter and doesn't have super high strength or block or interior, then you're going to be able to just go down low, hit him with a drop step, and then dunk it. And that's simply just due to you being way bigger and stronger than them. But yeah, mostly I don't really like post scoring unless I have a mismatch. Then after that, for the 3-pointer, we're going to put this up to a 77. For the midi, we're going to go with 63. And then for the free throw, we're just putting this up a little bit. Now, when it comes to shooting on this build right here, Mike Wang did say you can be absolutely deadly with only a 75 3-point rating. So what this basically means is if you can time your jump shot consistently, you're going to be able to green very consistently. Now, some of you guys might not be able to green consistently with just a 77 3-point rating. And if you're one of those people, maybe drop the wingspan down a little bit, maybe drop some of the defense, so that way you can get a little bit higher shooting. Also, if you make this build and you are struggling to shoot, just come back to this channel. There's going to be a lot of big man jump shot videos you guys can watch, as well as a lot of other tips that'll help you guys shoot on this build. moving on to the next category, this is of course going to be our playmaking. For the pass hack, we're going to go up to a 75, which is going to be pretty good considering we're going to be able to get silver break starter. We are a center build, so it's not like playmaking is the main priority. Yeah, this is basically how I upgraded it. When it comes to dribbling on this player, you do kind of need to be careful. You can't really just be like dribbling in the open, obviously, because you're gonna get ripped. Steals might be really overpowered this year. They might be really bad. But yeah, no matter what, when it comes to dribbling on this player, just like make your move, just be quick with it. Don't be that guy that's taking up the whole shot clock dribbling on a 7-footer. Now, for the best part of this build, we're going with a 99 defensive rebound, which is gonna give us Hall of Fame rebound chaser. As well, we're gonna go with a 72 for the offensive rebound. Hall of Fame rebound chaser just means you're gonna be able to suck up every single board, especially considering you're 7 foot with a very large wingspan. And also you're able to get gold box out beast, which you're only able to get if you have an 84 strength. And it's definitely a good thing that we do actually get 84 strength. Also, I don't know if I already said this, but 84 strength does also give you a lot of other good badges such as silver bulldozer and silver brick wall. So definitely make sure you do have at least a little bit of strength on this build. Now, then for the block rating, we're going to go up to a 92, which is able to give us 2 badges. First, we're able to get gold chase down artist, which you're only able to get if you have an 80 vertical. And it's a good thing we actually do get an 80 vertical. Far too many builds on this game that is not able to get gold chase down artist, which in my opinion is one of the best badges in this game, especially when it comes to park and stuff. And then another badge you're able to get is gold anchor, which you're able to get after you upgrade your interior up to a 77. Then after that, for the rest of the ratings, you can just pretty much see what I'm going with. When it comes to getting steals, all you want to be able to do is just get passing lane steals, which to be honest, you don't even really need an interceptor to do that. And that's simply due to the fact that you're just so big, so long, you're gonna be in passing lanes no matter what, but bronze interceptor does help out a little bit. All around with these ratings and these badges and stuff, you're gonna have pretty good interior defense, meaning you're probably not gonna be getting dunked on very often unless you're going up against a pure slasher or something, or just someone with a super high dunk rating. And as well with these ratings, you're gonna have pretty good rebounding, meaning you're gonna be able to suck up rebounds very consistently, no matter if you're playing 5v5 or 3v3 or 2v2 or 1v1 or something. And then when it comes to playing like perimeter defense, it's gonna be okay, like it's gonna be serviceable. Like if for some reason you get switched onto a point guard, it's not gonna be the best matchup in the world, but you will be able to hold your own if you know what you're doing and you know how to guard faster players on slower, bigger players. Also, I know I did not upgrade interior defense super high. It's really just not that important of a stat. Like it does help a little bit, but the block rating does matter way more, so that is what I prioritized. Mostly interior defense helps with like defending post scorers, whereas block helps with like defending slashers. But interior defense does also help with defending slashers a little bit, and block of course also helps with defending post scorers a little bit. Every year that your priority as a center is always going to be just defending slashers, so block is definitely way more important, and also really does help a considerable amount against post scorers as well. Yeah, interior defense not super important, at least in my opinion. And then when it comes to the offense on this build, it's honestly just so good as well. You're able to get elite big man contact dunks, you're able to green consistently, and your passing is good. Like honestly, I'm very happy with this build. Literally the only thing I wish I could change is being able to get 99 block. That would be so nice, but you can't get everything in this game. But yeah, this build is gonna